before we're actually supposed to be there. It says I'm live, so let's see if it shows up on Nate's Facebook and my Facebook here. I'll
refresh it here.
I'm gonna try to stay on my phone as well.
Oh, looks like it's coming on there.
Okay.
Are we live on there?
I want to have my I'm not gonna really have a huge screen. I want to make sure I have my script. Dude, Nichole hooked me up with like the best script. Just tells me.
Oh, nice.
Dude, it tells me what to do. So I just
want to say it.
Oh, look, we're already seeing comments. Hello, Nikki. Hello. Hello, people. I'm so excited you're here. Yay. We're live at our book launch for Remember All That Is. And wow, guys, it has been a day. It has been a day to remember, a day of all the emotions. I have felt like crazy emotions. If any of you saw my video this morning, you know that I had a lot of emotions going on. First of all, I was all excited and super happy to like launch the book on Emily's birthday, but I didn't think it through like how it would actually feel to celebrate her when she's like physically not here. And that was very difficult this morning. But you know what? I'm feeling good right now, and I really am excited that you guys are here. I'm saying hi to all the people: Joanne, Kim, Josh, Kristen, Hope, Lisa. Hello. The links and email wasn't working. Well, you found us. Good job, Lisa. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster of a day, but we're going to make this next hour or however long we're together, hopefully less than an hour. We're going to make it really fun. Who wants to win some prizes tonight and just really have a good time? I got my husband Nathan with me and my beautiful friend Jen Stoney. Jen, I met online, probably 2 or 3 years ago. We were in some of the same spaces, and I just love her. Hard to even explain her. You guys will see. I'm going to cry and get emotional a lot tonight, so I apologize in advance, but Jen is very special to me, and you guys are about to see why. She's just a vibe. Just love and light embodied, and I'm so grateful to have her here, and I'm so grateful for each of you that are joining us live. Thank you for celebrating this beautiful day with us and for celebrating Emberly and our story. And I'm so excited. First, I'm just going to turn the time over to Jen so she can introduce us, and then we'll get started.
Thank you so much. I want to first start off and say thank you so much for allowing me the privilege and honor to interview the two of you. The two of you are such a remarkable couple, and the world needs to know your story, and it's going to change the world and impact it, just like I said before we started recording, in ways that none of us can even comprehend. So I have my copy right here. Go grab your copy. You're going to want a physical copy and a Kindle copy and like 10 Kindle copies, and like you'll want one for a friend. So buy a lot of them, and they're amazing. This is truly a remarkable, inspiring book that you can open up at any point and truly find hope and light and guidance like nothing before. So thank you so much for allowing me to. When she messaged me and she was like, Jen, will you interview us? I was like, just tell me the date. I'm going to clear my schedule. Like, yes. So I'm going to introduce, this is Nate and Nichole Clark. They have been married for over 20 years. They just celebrated their 20th anniversary last week. They have moved over 15 times together, gone through medical school and poverty together, brought 6 kids to the world, built their dream house, experienced a lot of loss. Both their dads, all their grandparents, and now their youngest child. Through it all, they have remained faithful to each other. Feel free. Oh, yes. And here's the thing is that these two, I'm going to refer to them as a power couple, because to me, when you have been through life like this and that you continue to grow together and anchor into each other for hope and faith and inspiration, and you encourage and you allow the person to be unapologetically their imperfect self, that is love. That is intimacy. That is true partnership. And that is what these two bring to the world, is absolutely amazing. And so this book launch is being used to really get the book out to the world. for it to get ranked as bestseller on Amazon, and to celebrate Emberly's birthday as well as her legacy today. So I want you all to know the importance of it being a bestseller on Amazon is to really celebrate Emberly and to get her message out and to really serve her life with such celebration and to really honor her for the light and for the love that she brought to this world. And please know that we will be giving away prizes throughout. We will be having fun asking Nate and Nichole questions. They told me nothing's off top. Like, I can ask them anything. And don't worry, I'll censor myself. And we will be getting to know more about the book and all the things, but ask questions in the comments, okay? We are going to be drawing prizes when people ask comments, when they tag people, when they put emojis. I want to see all the stuff. So get excited, put stuff down there, and join in, interact. This is not just a space for like the three of us to talk. We want this to be an interactive experience for all of us. So are you two ready? Is there anything you want to add? Did I miss anything?
Not really. If you guys need the link to the book, I think I put it in the top of the comments on the live, but just go to Remember All That Is on Amazon. The point of tonight is to really just celebrate and to sell as many copies as we can so that it ranks in Amazon's algorithm and people know about the book, because you guys know about the book, but a lot of people don't. So every little bit helps. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the love. You guys really pulled me out of a dark place this morning already. So yay. But yeah, go ahead, Jen. Let's get started.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to share this on my page right now. So, okay, I shared it. Okay. So I would like for the two of you to tell us about your relationship and how you guys have remained so strong and more united after such hardships as leaving a high demand religion, losing a child, and two things that tear many couples apart, right? And the two of you, to me, it appears that you grew stronger and closer together. So can you share with us, because I love relationships and I love celebrating people. So can you share, how did you do it? How did you do it? And tell us about the experience. We want to get to know you guys better.
Why don't you start and then I'll add.
Well, Nichole and I, it's kind of like she's the yin to my yang. It's been interesting. As we've gotten, obviously there's always the physical component, but as relationships evolve, there has to be more than just this novelty aspect, more than this romantic aspect. So, we both are very passionate people, both kind of really love just kind of studying, learning, exploring, being open. That's kind of just been our nature, gratefully. I know that's sometimes not the case. It's sometimes very hard to find a partner that's equally yoked, but there's just been this emotional intimacy that we've developed as a result of this experience and other experiences as well. The kind of fallout where the belief system we held to just didn't make any sense anymore. And I may have been a little further along the track than she was at the time, which is okay. But there's just been this sense of emotional intimacy of giving each other the proper space to heal and feel what you want to feel and do what you want to do. And I guess for me, the big thing has been neither of us have this sense of neediness in our relationship. A lot of relationships I see, there's just this sense of neediness, like I can't survive without you. Mm-hmm. And that's just not the case. She could do perfectly fine without her as I could do without her. But obviously that's not what we choose. But it's kind of like trying to heal and work on yourself and bring a whole package into this where I don't need anything from her. And that just makes the relationship blossom, at least in my experience.
That's what I was going to add is that, we've each done a lot of inner work on ourselves and we're growing together and growing on our own. And by focusing on our own personal growth and allowing each other space to grow at our own pace, he's been super good with being patient with me and for a few years there. He was on the deconstruction process before me, and I was very defensive and angry, and he just gave me space to be me. And I think that's very important for couples, to really allow each other to grow at your own pace. And when you do the inner work and you get to the point where he was just saying, where you feel whole on your own and you don't need him to complete you anymore, which I did for a long time. And I'm so glad I have him. And he's definitely a rock to me. However, I've come to a place where I am a rock to myself. And that has made a huge difference in our ability to be even more compatible when we reach the rubber in the road and it really gets hard.
It seems like relationships just kind of, you know, we still trigger each other at times, but we're each aware of our triggers. And I mean, there's this sense of openness. There's not this abrasiveness. There's a sense of openness and just being open to be corrected, to learn, and recognizing that neither of us has all the answers, and it's a learning process. So.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. It sounds like an absolutely incredible interdependent relationship, right? Because you have dependence, you have independence, and then you have interdependence, where you rely on the person not because you have to, but because you want to. And it sounds like
absolutely.
That's beautiful.
Sure.
That is so beautiful. Now, what would you say? What would you say that when did you start deconstructing religion, and what prompted you to do so? Because I know you both had two different journeys. So I'm interested to hear what came about really opening up your eyes to see that there's so much more there than inside this box, right? There's a lot more to get curious about. So when did this start? Because I know, Nate, you were saying you started first. So you're in the medical field.
Yeah.
You're a doctor. So
sure. I mean, I've always just kind of wanted, we kind of just go through the motions at church, and there's a lot of verbiage that's, it's associated with this ritual and verbiage which, I just poured my heart and soul into, but I just kind of wanted to know a little bit more. And so I just did my own research. I mean, for me, what really compelled me, honestly, was I would read about these tales of these great men and women of old in the scriptures, and I wanted the same power. I wanted the same experiences they were having. And I just didn't see anybody in the current religious structure having them. They were just talking about them, talking about people that had them. So it was like a second, third-hand experience. And most of the sermons, most of the worship was revolved around someone else's experience and us talking about someone else's experience. Like, why can't I have the experience? Where are the fruits that these ancient people had? Where is the power? Like, the kingdom of God is not in word, but in power. So that sent me on a search where I just wasn't satisfied. And like a lot of people, this isn't their approach. I mean, there's a deconstruction. Analytically, their left brain, they see all these truths and these facts, and there's this cognitive dissonance. But for me, it was like I wanted more. Like, I wanted more, and I hungered for more than my religion was offering me. So it just sent me on this journey beyond the scope and bounds that, the original narrative that I'd absorbed led me. And it was scary because I felt all alone. I mean, there was no one really to talk to, because there's kind of this sense of sort of unconsciousness and going with the flow and status quo. Just go to church, boost each other up, and just kind of imagine that everything's fine and dandy. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the default state of most people. But that I just found like there's just something in me that wanted more. And that's what sparked me on my journey.
And for a while, it drove me nuts, like for at least a year. I hated it. I was not okay with it. And we had a lot of, not arguments, but deep conversations that I wasn't ready for. And then the night my dad died was when my spiritual journey really catapulted. My dad passed away suddenly, unexpectedly, similar to Emberly, 2 days after Father's Day back in 2017. And I distinctly remember Nate trying to calm me down. I'd been crying all day and I was just hysterical. He was like, why don't we watch a movie and just kind of calm you down a little bit? And little did we know that this movie that I now believe my dad led him to would change the entire way my brain worked. It would lead me down a rabbit hole that I'm still going down. And it was called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. But that opened my eyes to the law of attraction, to personal development. I'd already been doing like a lot of self-help and personal development stuff, but I'd never heard of the power of our thoughts, the power of who we are attracting things, or the vibrational frequencies. Like, this was all brand new verbiage to me. And it lit my mind up so much that I started studying, and I couldn't get enough of it, you know? And then you start really experiencing hard things because you start having more and more cognitive dissonance with what you've been taught is the only right way compared to what you're feeling. And that was where I really just started having a lot of a really hard time going to church or feeling the spirit that I was supposed to feel there. So for me, that's where that all started. And I still had a lot of doubts. We'd left the church probably a year before Emberly died. And yet I'm still deconstructing. I'm still trying to rebuild. And for those of you who don't know what deconstructing is, it's basically just personally putting every belief that you've had on a chopping block and critically thinking about it and questioning it and finding your own answers to it, rather than what you've been taught and from authorities. This is the only right way to think and feel and believe. It's asking for yourself, is this lighting me up? Is this bringing me joy? Is this bringing me peace? And that's what that process is. And a lot of times it's very, very difficult. So difficult. And yet we can tell you on the other side now, it was worth it. And it's still difficult, but it's been worth it.
I love that. And don't you think, though, when we inventory our life, right? I truly, truly believe, we always practice inventory. A good business will take an honest inventory and look at what's working, what's not working, and move forward. And so often we're given these belief systems generationally, and we're told this is what you believe, this is how we're going to do it. And we don't stop to think for ourselves and consider, well, I know that this is what works for you, but does this work for me? In my heart, do I feel aligned? Do I feel called? And so I want to commend you both. That's so beautiful that you took the time to stop the go, go, go and really be mindful and say, do I align with this? Is this where my heart is calling me? And what are my thoughts on this? And is it working or is it not? And what am I going to let go of? And what am I going to keep and step forward, right? I truly believe that's what creates a happy, joyous, and freedom-filled life, is when we really take our power back and we allow ourselves to make those decisions. So I think that's beautiful, beautiful. Now, how has this is a really good one. And then we're going to pull a prize. So get excited and drop some stuff in the comments. Nichole, you can see the comments?
Yeah.
I can you?
Okay. I cannot. So you guys drop some stuff in the comments. Tell me all the things, you guys. I want you to put in there, like, put hashtag Emberly, hashtag celebration. I want to see the emojis that are coming up as we're talking. Like, I want to see all the things. And whoever comments after I ask this question, we're going to do a prize. So, okay.
Yeah, and I would say keep putting the emojis and stuff while we're answering, and whoever I see last, that person will win the first prize.
I love
it.
I think that's the only fair way I can think of at the moment.
It is.
First shall be last, and last shall be first.
Yeah.
We're like, Nichole and I were like, we're just gonna make up some rules as we go.
We're just gonna wing this because I had somebody that was gonna be in charge of prizes, but unfortunately her dad is in the hospital, and that's obviously the priority for her.
Yes,
so we're just gonna wing it tonight and have fun.
Exactly. So how has your deconstruction, I really like that word, deconstruction, affected your family?
It's changed a lot. We went from a place of having a very strong structure of knowing exactly what to teach our children, when to bring them places. We're going here on this day. We go to church on Sundays. We have family home evening. We have family home scripture and prayer every single night. To, well, now what? How do we raise these children? And how do we allow them to choose for themselves what they want to believe and who they want to become without any exterior dogma or doctrine or we can share our beliefs, but that doesn't mean that we're going to force them. And that was very difficult. And it's still difficult, wouldn't you say?
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, we're still figuring it out.
One week I'm on this side wanting to be disciplinarian, the next week I'm kind of totally hands off, passive. The kids are always going to do what's best for them. So it varies from week to week.
Yeah, it's really just giving them the autonomy to choose for themselves and to figure out what aligns for them. And my goodness, it's very difficult as parents to allow that. But if you've read like any of Dr. Shafali's work with conscious parenting or some of the other, we've read a lot of books together as well as a couple. And I think for us, it rubs off on our children. They may not be, they probably don't believe a lot of the same things that we do. They might think we're a little out there. And
we try to keep low expectations.
Yes. That's, you know what? The secret to a happy life is to have little or no expectations.
Pretty simple. It's parenting. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And isn't that so? Because once you wake up have this awakening and bring this clarity and inventory and really start thinking for yourself, right? And really honoring your thoughts and honoring your desires, it is one of the most mind-boggling, confusing experiences to be like, oh, how am I going to raise my kids now? Because the parenting is heavily integrated into religion. And it's like, oh my gosh, are my kids going to have morals? Like there's
exactly. I tell you in 5 years if this experiment works. I don't know. I don't know if it will.
I think, and I'll let you know too. So I think they're going to turn out really well. They have two amazing examples. So I think they're going to do phenomenal. Because because that's the thing is that we can talk the talk all day. I mean, I was raised Catholic and we all know like the mafia went to church on Sunday, but but I mean, what did they do Monday through Saturday? Actions speak very loudly. So you can tell your kids one thing, but how you live your life and your actual practices mean so much more. And that is what you all are showing them, which is just phenomenal and amazing. So I commend you both. And are we going to have a winner?
Prize.
Oh, I see. Nikki Colwell.
Nikki, give her a prize.
Yay. A beautiful necklace. I don't have a colored picture. She's going to send it to you. My friend
You
Melanie.
win a picture of a necklace.
Melanie Fullenkamp, she is a beautiful creative and she has a business called Full Heart Creations. And this is a stretchy bead strand necklace that she just made in Sedona, Arizona, which is such a spiritual, beautiful place. And she said she brought it all over Sedona to absorb the beautiful energy of the nature there. So she will mail that to you, Nikki. Congratulations.
Write that down.
And actually, Sugar, could you go get us a pen or a pencil?
Yes. We have to write down.
It's a beautiful prize to win. And I just want you guys to know, if you all stay to the end, I have a prize for everyone here. Because I like to do that and be extra.
We got a lot of $100 bills sitting there.
Oh yeah.
Well, Nichole knows how to over deliver, and she is the hostess with the mostess over here. So yes. Oh, I love this. Oh, and if you're drawn as a winner, Nichole's going to make a note of your name, but it would be really helpful if you send Nichole a DM with your address, your mailing address, and your first and last name to save her time and energy, just to double cross-reference when she writes your name down. And just put like necklace, Nikki, and it'll be really great and super helpful. So,
see, I know we had Jen for a reason. She's a genius. See, that'll totally help me. So thank you. Yes,
great thing.
We'll
send you
what you want.
There we go. Right? Perfect. Oh, and also please share this live stream right now on your page, to your story, everywhere. People need to hear Nichole and Emberly's conversations. I cannot say it enough. They are incredible. There's a woman who actually had this book next to A Course in Miracles and was referencing both of them one day. So if you haven't had the book in your hand, you can literally open it up and be truly inspired, and an answer can come through just opening the book up to the middle. So highly recommend it. Share this live stream. Anybody who shares this live stream right now, we're going to draw a winner to one of the people who shares the live stream. So start sharing. And I will remind you after the next question to share, because sharing is caring. Spread the love and light to your friends, people. Come on. So, what have you done to heal after Emberly died? And what do you believe about grief and hardship now that you didn't before? Because you went through, both of you have gone through grief, hardship, poverty, the many chapters, and the journey of marriage and parenting, 6 children. Like, there's a lot that you two have been through together, but this was something unlike any of it. So tell me, how has this changed things for the two of you?
I think first and foremost, allowing ourselves to grieve in the way that we feel in any moment, without shame, without guilt, without judgment, without labeling it as wrong or feeling like we should be doing something else. Allowing yourself massive amounts of self-compassion and grace is the way to get through anything, really. When we're given any kind of trial or going through any kind of hardship, allowing ourselves to feel those feelings and not feel bad for feeling bad. It's okay to feel not okay. And that was a huge lesson for me. I should on myself all the time. I was constantly a people pleaser and trying to do better. And even today, I found myself doing that. So it's always a constant work in progress. And the number one tool I would say is self-awareness, really becoming so mindful and intentional with your day, with your thoughts, with your feelings, and just with the way that you're handling anything that comes. You know, we have things, we all have things coming into our lives. We're human beings, and that's where we're all eternal beings having a human experience. And our souls came here to feel it all. So when I say all that is all encompassing. And I used to think that wholeness, like in my first book, I talk about the word perfect, meaning whole, complete. That's the original meaning in the Bible when he says, be therefore perfect, even as your God in heaven, or whatever the verse said. It really meant whole or complete. And I've always been a super positive person. Look on the bright side. Yeah. But the thing that I've learned the most is that allowing my dark side as well is what has brought wholeness, what has filled the void. Instead of constantly putting myself under a rug or my feelings and not allowing some emotions, when I've allowed myself to just, okay, I feel like being angry, so I'm going to be angry as long as it doesn't hurt somebody else in that moment. Find easy ways to express anger, punch a pillow, scream into your hands, whatever it might be. Allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to grieve without saying, I should be doing better than this. I shouldn't be doing this. So that's my number one advice for healing. What would you say?
Just go into the pain. I mean, the humans were wired from an evolutionary standpoint to avoid pain and seek pleasure. And it's such like any little cortisol spike in our system, we just automatically go to this run, numb, and escape mode and self-sabotage that follows. And it's interesting. But for me, it was like an invitation to experience what the ancients call the death before death, where you got to go there. And it's like this is what's so amazing about this experience that nobody can understand. That few people, I shouldn't say nobody, few people can understand, which makes it kind of a lonely feeling, is that there's such an energy that comes, like this energy of rage, this energy of anger, this energy. I kind of mentioned it in the forward in the book. Like it just awakened all of this energy that I'd suppressed for so long and labeled as wrong, as bad, that I judged as evil in my attempts as a religious faith to do good. It's just, there's just so much suppressed energy, especially as men too, that we label as bad and wrong. That's very, very healthy. That there's a reason the crime rate's the way it is. There's a reason the porn consumption is the way it is. There's a reason all these run numbness statistics are the way they are because this suppressed energy doesn't have an outlet. It's labeled as judged as wrong. So like it awakens this ferocity of that. It's just like I just wanted to like run through a wall. Anyways, it just for me, it was this whole cascade of experiences that just truly brought me to the dark night of the soul, and to a level of pain I'd never had. And it was, the energy that's released is just profound. Again, hard to. That's why it's kind of a lonely thing, because when you talk to people, they expect you to be grieving, they expect you to be sad and woe is me. Please feel sorry for me. My daughter died, and obviously, it's a devastating experience. But we're just way beyond that. Like because of what's evolved and what's come of this experience, that I don't know if I could have in any other way. And obviously, people are going to be like, "Oh, well, you wanted your daughter dead. You sacrificed your daughter." I mean, you have no idea the guilt that you heal that you have to heal from.
And that was by far the hardest part of this entire experience, was the guilt and the shame. And you'll read about it in the book of, I wanted to get a fence so badly around our pool. It was something that I fought him on, but we couldn't because of COVID. It wasn't even available to us. There was no one working. There were no supplies. And it was just something that I knew she was going to die. I had these premonitions her entire life, and I hated those feelings. And I have a question that I see in the comments that I wanted to address right now because it goes along with this. Lisa asks, how do you reconcile the law of attraction and thinking fearful thoughts with what happened with tragic things? Because in the book, I even talk about people saying, well, you manifested that because of your fear. You were so afraid of her dying that you caused it to happen, which is, if you're extreme in the law of attraction area, which I've kind of like now been shifting even from that belief system, I'm just open to whatever, right? But from that belief system, you're all of a sudden responsible for every single thing that you attract into your life, which means if you think that way, I could be very guilty for causing her death just from fearing it so much. And I talk about it with her at length in the book. You will read about it because it's something that was very hard for me. We both felt massive amounts of guilt where I'm sad because I didn't do this and this and this to prevent it. I wish I could have, you would have, could have, should have. And also shame. I'm a bad mom because I didn't do this, or I'm a bad father. The guilt and shame are some of the hardest, worst emotions that we experience at a soul level. And yet even those are here for us. And when you can get to the point, and this is what is so important, is to get to the point where you can love yourself so much and practice self-forgiveness, that even if it was my fault, even if I did attract that with my fear, can I love and forgive myself? If it was my child, hands down, I would forgive them. If it was my husband, I worked through that in my first book, thinking that if it was his fault, I would blame him, we'd get divorced, it would cause this cascade of all the things. And because I worked through that before it ever happened, years before it happened, guys, I literally wrote about it in my first book. I've been able to just reconcile that. First of all, MB said, you cannot attract somebody else's death before their time. You cannot do that. That's not possible at a law of attraction level. And that brought me a lot of peace. So hopefully that answers your question, Lisa. Let me look at these comments, but go ahead.
I think you've been talking.
Yeah, we need some more prizes in our lives.
It brings up another question. So recently I had the honor to lead a guided meditation in a room filled with women, and two of the women there were grieving the loss of sudden deaths. One was her son died, and she was a mom. So her son died, and the other one, her husband suddenly passed away. High school sweethearts. And as we talked, thank you, David, for sharing. I don't know why it just like popped up. That's cool. So beautiful. Thank you. And two of the things that they shared, and I have a question for the two of you, is they said that when they experience happiness during the holidays or during an event, they had to work through the guilt and the shame for experiencing happiness after that person left. So I'm curious to know, how did you deal with, one, I'm sure you both had those unspoken judgments from people, and how did you handle the integration of being happy again after such a tragic, but it turned into such a transformational, like Emberly has changed so many lives already. Like it's just, it's beautiful, but how did you handle that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. So, I mean, partly it's our personality, partly I think it's, the pain is so piercing that I do believe a lot of the pain we experience, and a lot of the guilt we experience, is resisting the pain, trying to fight the pain, trying to get rid of the pain rather than actually accepting and embracing. And for me, I'm kind of this masochist sometimes, where I just want to run to the pain because the pain's no match for me. That's kind of it's a little bit of,
I roll my eyes like,
a little bit of this masculine testosterone driven energy, but that was kind of, it's a hard thing to describe, because you're in the shadow of all these other people's views and expectations, and like I said, they're expecting a sob story, they're expecting and I just didn't feel that. I felt immediate connection with Emby, and I knew that's not what she would want, and I knew that the always in, the answer was always in healing myself, always in letting go of my own judgments. But it's a really hard thing to sit back, like Nichole said, can I forgive myself if I was truly at fault? And from a limited linear perspective, I don't think I could. If this, if I believe this was all there was, I don't know how you could forgive. So yeah, I mean, that's my long-winded answer. Sorry, but I didn't.
And for me, I learned early on in the grief process after Emberly died that when I was at my happiest is when she could connect with me more easily. And when I was grieving and so much caught up in my pain, which is okay, it was harder for me to connect with her and feel her. And that was one of the things that she made clear when we started writing the book together, was when you're at your happiest, Mom, you're so much easier for me to communicate with, and for me to send you the signs, and for you to be perceptive of them. I send them to you all the time, but you don't recognize them when you're caught up in your grief, and that's okay. Just remember that when you're at your happiest, I am with you more, because that's who I am and where I am. It's love and light and happiness. So that was, for me, really helpful.
Isn't that truly remarkable, though? And I think that happens with a lot of people, is they're so, and I'm sure you've had this, where you're in the car and you just get angry. You just get triggered, you get activated, and you're just like, but then you feel the emotions, right? It only takes the human body 90 seconds to actually feel emotions. But if they attach the emotion to a story, it stays locked in the body, and as humans, that's what we do sometimes. But if you actually feel an emotion fully and just let it go through you, it's 90 seconds, right? And I've had this happen personally, where you're in the car, you're raged out, you let the emotions flow through, and your eyes are open in a new way. The same car that was in front of me before, I now see, like, there'll be a plate that says happiness. And I didn't see the word happiness right in front of my face because I was so angry, right? And so I love how you said, once you felt those emotions and let them go through you, you were able to step into that happiness, which was able to kind of take that veil, lift the veil, take the walls down, and open your eyes up to see through the rose-colored glasses, which is just a beautiful experience and what we're here for. It's a journey of life. So I love it. I love it.
For sure. So I'm going to have Nate scroll through the comments really quick, and he's going to pick a winner of a book that I have. While I explain it, he's going to pick a winner that shared this live. So he's going to do that while I'm explaining what you're going to win. You're going to, let's have you pick two, because we got a lot of prizes we got to get through here.
I know.
First one I'm going to give away, my beautiful friend Sandra Duclos. She wrote this amazing book called Waiting for Luigi. It's a fictional story of basically her childhood. And my goodness, you guys, Sandra is one of the most amazing, impressive, beautiful, generous, kind people I've ever met in my life. So I really want to shout out to her. Waiting for Luigi. Can you not see it there?
It's just taking forever. I'm
just scroll up on that then. So whoever wins this, Sandra will mail you a signed copy of this book. And then I'm going to have, at the same time, somebody will win Angel Kisses from one of my dearest friends, Hope Flansburgh, who wrote this beautiful book. I was able to help her launch it a few years ago after Emberly died. It's basically a fiction romance novel with spiritual twist of basically connecting with angels. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous story. Hope is an amazing award-winning author. You guys will be so lucky to win either of these books. So Nate's going to go ahead and tell me two names.
Brandy Joe and Amber Dawn.
Brandy Joe and Amber Dawn. You guys tell me which one you want. Hopefully they'll be different. If not, I'm sure my friends will accommodate. Just go ahead and DM me right now your address and which book you think would be better for you. And we will send that one over. Thank you, Hope and Sandra, for offering those beautiful books. And the next thing I want really quickly before the next question is for everyone, if every single one of you would go on to the book link right now on Amazon and just buy the 99-cent ebook, I'm going to not auction.
This is pretty cool.
We're going to give away this beautiful Christmas tree.
One of her Christmas tree. These things are pretty cool.
And
oh my God! This is fun.
I love it. You can win this Christmas tree right now. All you do is spend 99 cents on an ebook that you probably won't read.
I love it. Yes. Everyone go on Amazon.
Once you have done it, just write done in the comments and we will have Sugar come pick one. He'll come pick a winner. And you guys, and I will mail it to you.
They're picking a winner based on someone that gets the ebook.
Anyone who buys the ebook right now, it doesn't matter if you've already bought one. Just buy another one. I promise it's not going to hurt you. 99 cents.
That's right there.
This is valued at $222 on my store. So I think that's worth 99 cents of your time, right?
Yes, it is.
We'll give you a few minutes to do that while we answer the next question.
You just look.
I'm going to look at these comments really quick.
Figure out one.
Wow, we're getting a lot of beautiful comments, guys. Thank you.
And you know what?
You can look on you're on the phone too. Look on your phone. Find somebody that just pick somebody that bought the ebook to win that Christmas tree.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and ask us another question. I'm trying to look through all these comments. There's so many. So
I love it. I get another copy of the book. This is so fun. So here's the thing, guys. This book is a great Christmas present. If you know of anybody's spiritual friends, if like this is a gift that keeps giving. So if you're looking for a gift, this one meets like so many boxes. I mean, anybody, what would you say the age range is? Like anybody over the age of what would this be a good book for? Who would you say, Nichole?
I'm sorry, I was not paying attention. The age range?
The age range for the book. Who would be the opposite leadership?
Yeah, who's the youngest person?
No, it's not. It's probably not.
It's not for everyone, guys. I'm going to say that right now. I would say people between 25 and up, adults. But I would also caution you, this is not for everyone. If you are currently extremely happy and satisfied with your current religion, with your way of life, your belief system, you don't need to read it. I don't want to cause anyone's deconstruction. That is not what I'm here for. And I don't want to ever come across as a guru or somebody that knows all the answers, because I don't, and I'm learning them all the time. So I would suggest anyone who has experienced loss or grief of any kind could absolutely get something from this book. But you have to be somebody that's open to other paradigms, because I can tell you what, it was really hard for me, who had already been doing a lot of spiritual work, to receive some of Emberly's answers. I had to go and sit with them for a while. So I know that this book will trigger a lot of people, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Would you say though that this book is really good for those people who they love metaphysics, they love A Course in Miracles, they love, like, what would you say, Nate? Would you say it's like,
yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's an easier read. It's kind of like A Course in Miracles book, but it's a much easier read. You don't have to get out the dictionary. You don't have to sit there and ponder every sentence. It's kind of in more layman's terms. It's probably more women. I mean, women are more right brained anyways. Men too. Obviously, men have a right brain. They can have some emotional intelligence too. But it's probably, I mean, the readership is probably, it's an easier read than if you're than reading like The Course in Miracles or Rupert Spear or some of the other consciousness books.
Yeah. I like to dumb things down because I'm not super amazingly smart.
I mean, if and when I write a book, it'll probably be different because I still have the science background. I like to understand the basis of things, not just, philosophical understanding is good.
Yeah, if he had written it, it would be a completely different book, like way harder to understand.
It's just different.
I think why MB chose me because it's dumbed down. What can I just say? I don't mind being the dumber one.
No, it's not. There's no dumber. It's just
we just have different talents. That's all okay.
It's an easy read.
Did you find the link? Yeah. Okay, give him a little more time. Ask us another question.
Yeah,
and we'll add 2 prizes into this.
2 prizes.
I love this. So, how did you start to channel her or write a book together? Because here's the thing: is that I remember seeing things. Right, we've been in different programs together. And I remember when this started, and you were questioning, like, is this really? So, how did you start to channel her or write a book together? Like, how did this come to be?
Well, I tell the story in the book, but I had a friend who's a psychic medium. Well, she wasn't a friend prior to this. She had just reached out to me. And she basically told me that I had made a soul contract with Emberly to write a book together and that I could channel her. And I was like, what? At that point, that was all woo-woo. I was certainly never considered a channel in my own mind. And it was awkward at first. And you'll see kind of the transition between our conversations. At first, I'm kind of like more talking and like, I have no idea how to do this. But if you've ever heard of automatic writing, Sugar just put the link to the book. If you haven't bought it yet, you want to be entered to win this Christmas tree. Anyway, if you've ever heard of automatic writing, that's pretty much my go-to way of really receiving her answers. And so every morning I would meditate. I would get in a state of just not numbness, but nothingness, where nothing's coming into my mind. I'm not thinking 100 times a second, and then I would just let my fingers receive, and I would question and I would receive. And it was really cool because I could feel her energy take over my fingers. And I would receive things that I had no idea. And oftentimes I didn't know what I was typing. It would just come through. And then I'd read it later on. And I was like, what in the world? And I would read some to him. So I'm like, do you want to know what Emberly just said? And sometimes he was like, what? But it was an interesting process. And I still do it now. Like last night when I was really struggling with this 1-star review, I asked her about it, and she just always eases me and calms me down and makes me feel better. It's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. That is so beautiful. And let's see here. What are some of the most profound, which is we're going to
for the next question. Let's ask Sugar for the winner of the tree.
That's right.
You already pick one?
Yeah. Lisa Lewis.
Lisa Lewis, you win the Christmas tree. Congratulations. Be sure you DM me right now your address and say Christmas tree so we can mail that to you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And I did say I'd give another prize, so just go ahead and put an emoji on how you're feeling right now about this launch, and I'm going to tell you about this next prize. This is from Sue Lake Harrison, who is in Australia. She's an amazing person who has she's like an author, a speaker, an educator, and she's written a book called I'm Dying, Let's Party. So her book really goes along with mine, but it's before you die. This is all the planning and what you can do to help make it easier for your family. And she also has a course that she's giving along with this to help ease people into that process. So it's a really cool prize. And if you don't win it and you want a copy, just let me know. But we'll give that away, and we'll also give away, let's see, Karen Dean. She had 2 books that she's giving. Let me see if I have the pictures. Oh, I must not have found the other page. Karen Dean, I don't have your information, but she's awesome, guys. My page is missing, but she has 2 books that she's giving away. One is a self-love journal, and one is something about celebrating. I'm so sorry. I'm messing it up, Karen. I don't have it on me. It didn't print off. But you guys are going to win 2 books from Karen or a course from Sue. And we'll go ahead and give that away right now to anyone, 2 people with emojis. The last person I see right here is Tanya Williams. Tanya, you're going to win one of those. We will send you Karen's books, and then you pick one.
Reminder, you have to message Nichole with your first and last name, the prize you win, and your address, or else you will not receive your prize.
We'll do Julie. I know Julie Northrop.
Ooh.
She can win that course or whatever.
Yay, Julie
Northrop, you win a course on I'm Dying, Let's Party.
Yeah.
Yay!
It's really good that anyone could get benefit from. And Karen,
yes.
What did I say? Please text me because I'm already forgetting.
Tanya.
It was Tanya.
The 2 N's. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yay.
Go ahead.
I love it.
Oh.
Julie got the course.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
Okay, cool. We're good. Okay, I keep seeing angel numbers. I love this. Put angel numbers in the chat. What angel numbers are you all seeing today? Put them in the chat. Also, share this live on your page, in your stories, and spread Emberly's love and light today on her birthday. Allow for you to add to her birthday celebration, to her legacy, and keep dropping those angel numbers. Let's celebrate and really really
they're dropping a lot of them.
I love it. Ooh, look at this. Oh, this is so good. Yes.
Adina says we're definitely all dying. That's for sure. Exactly.
That's awesome. Nobody's getting out alive.
Good point.
Very good point. Very good point. Oh my gosh. I love this. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful. So what are some of the most profound lessons Emberly taught you, which is a really hard question, I feel, because she's taught so many amazing lessons in this book. So which are the ones that really profoundly impacted you and Nate and Nichole? I would love to hear from both of you on this.
There's so many good ones, but the one that's going in my mind right now, I actually wanted to read because this helped me today.
Ah, beautiful.
And it's something that, like, I literally had this conversation, and you'll see, anyone who gets the book will see that I have a lot of recurring conversations with her because I'm still struggling with stuff. And I'm like, can you just explain this a different way this time? And that's one of the joys of this book, is that every time I discuss like a similar topic, you'll see in the back of the book, there's a whole topical guide. Okay. And we discuss a lot of topics a lot of times because I struggle with the same thing a lot, right? But today I struggled again with caring about what other people think of me. And it's been such a hard thing to just get over, you know? It's not something you just get over. But Emberly said, why? Why do you care if people disagree with your truth? Perhaps your truth is the exact one they need to hear to help them get over a block or to feel validated where they are. You never really know what words might come out of your mouth that are the exact words another person has been praying or waiting to hear. Don't second guess yourself or say you feel like a blubbering fool, because that's what I'd said. You are entitled to your own opinion and experience every bit as much as every single other human or person on the planet. No one expects you to be strong or handle this situation well. When you show that you are, it can change the way that people think about grief and death. And then she went on, but that was a message that to this morning I was crying and beside myself with grief. It's her birthday, and that's sad. It's been really hard for me. It's a hard day. And I was still reeling over this person that didn't like me, because I like people to like me. Who doesn't, right? We all as human beings want to be accepted. And yet when I opened this book, I said, please just send me a message for me today. Let me know that this book is going to help people. Boom. That's what I opened up to.
I have chills because right when you said, I talked to Emberly today and there was something else. You said something else, but I looked up and it was 5333, like right across.
Of course it was.
Of course it was.
That's beautiful.
It's like a double, it was like a triple confirmation, right? How profound, because we're human having a human experience. So caring what other people think, it's gonna come up, right? And I love how well and how easy of a read it is, because when you are in those moments where you want guidance and you feel stuck and you're going through grief and you're deconstructing, if you're not, again, like Nichole said, this book may not be for you, and that's okay, right? And so it's nice to have an easy read so that you don't have to think too much, right? So yeah, I love that. Nate, how about you? What stood out the most for you? I'm sure a lot of it did, but was there any time where you were just like, wow, I really needed that today? Or it was a reassurance that you're on the right path and life is happening for you. Maybe there was a moment of light and hope that really helped during the last few years.
Yeah, there's lots of them. Some of the stuff she says about parenting is pretty profound. For me, I have trouble sometimes wanting to control things. I think that's just a human ego tendency. And just the general message of, things are happening for you. There's not really anything to control or worry about. And fear is the illusion. And you can't do it wrong. So, those are messages that come in my head right now that are profound, that have just helped me. Coming from a space where most of my activities and my behavior was based on fear of doing wrong. And I think that's just a human thing that we were conditioned to believe we can do it wrong in parenting as a person, and when we have that fear and the associated guilt, and that in Emberly's world and in the world that we're part of with Emberly, the guilt is the illusion. There's no reality to it. It's just kind of something the ego experiences, like our outer limited illusory self that doesn't have any basis in true deep reality. So those are simple things for me. The thing for me as a man is just like you put up, as anybody, you spend all your time and years building up this protective outer layer and shell of core of masculinity, of macho bravado. And it's kind of like getting at eye level with life and seeing the world through Emberly's eyes. It's just been a gift, like just being a child again, before you have these conditions, before you have this programming, before you have all these layers of ego that are worried, they need to protect themselves. They need to defend themselves. They need to live in fear of what, and worried about pain. So that to me was probably one of the greatest things from her book.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. Do you think it helped take off that mask to masculinity, right?
Absolutely. And that's the interesting thing from my experience is it's still there's not a really space for men to truly be emotionally intimate with each other and with others. Where it's accepted, we're kind of still have to be these providers, these strong figures. And I guess I just have a different definition of strength than I used to. And I'm just appreciative of that. When you have just the depth of this tenderness and compassion that you feel inside, you can't, you just can't go back to this sort of macho role and mask where you're just always in competition with everything like that. That's just like that part of me is just left where I don't feel like I need to compete. And it's sometimes people know how to take me. That's the interesting thing. They just sound like, who is this guy perceiving? Just really weird. But I mean, it is what it is. But I mean,
but you're so lovable.
yeah, we're all work in progress.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And I think a lot of men are going to be able to relate and be like, he gets me. Oh, the secret's out. Because I think there's a lot of men who are like, alpha, what is that? Like, you know, alpha can come across as very forceful, very fierce. And it's like, there's a lot of amazing men out there who are like, I don't want to be forceful or fierce. Like, can't we all, like, that equal aspect and knowing that life is happening for us. So I think your words will really help a lot of people. And that's beautiful. And on that note, who's sharing this live? Who's sharing the live?
We got another prize here.
Yeah,
guys. So I want to do like kind of like we're gonna start wrapping this up in the next 10-15 minutes. Yep. Okay.
Yep. Thank you guys for sharing. I know you guys have spent the Tuesday night with us, so I know, you know, we really appreciate your time.
We're not ending yet. I'm just giving them a precursor.
Go get the $100 bills.
Because we've got several really awesome prizes coming up. I've saved the best for last. Yes. I want you guys to win a whole bunch of really cool stuff that you're excited to win. You guys want to win? Put win in the comments.
But when Nichole, didn't you say that if you stay till the end, you're going to win a prize?
Yes, everyone wins. Everyone's win. But right now, I'm going to have you go on to Amazon one more time.
Let's go, everybody.
We got $100 bills.
Stop it! I'm gonna hit you with my angel. Okay, so somebody will win this angel. I want you to go ahead and share this. Go on to Amazon and buy the ebook one more time. Just one more time, 99 cents.
Yes.
This is worth $222. Yes. I will also be giving away an amazing, awesome, fun thing. And if you are a wedding planner or an event planner or have a need for a whole bunch of pockets around your hip, you're going to want to win this Hip Betty from my friend Kristen Sullivan. She literally designed this. She is a wedding planner, and oh my goodness, she's one of the most incredible women. She was the one that was like the person that got me to meet Gabby Bernstein. So I'm so grateful for Kristen. She's got a beautiful website. Let's see if I can, did I write it down? Kristen, I didn't write it down on her website. If you could like share that in the live. I just saw your name now, it disappeared. But she's a wedding and event planner. She planned the retreat that I met Gabby at. This bag is worth $175, guys, if you went to buy it online. So this is, you know, you can win $222 worth of Angel and a Hip Betty. 2 different people right now. Just go ahead and type in, I don't know, some word that comes to mind when you buy the book.
www.hipbetty.com.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Kristen.
Love it. I love it.
Go ahead and get on Amazon, buy one more and we'll have another question while we're waiting for that.
I love it. So this question I love, and even although I do know the answers to a lot of these, but however, they're so impactful and they're going to help so many people that I love hearing them all again. It's beautiful. I love both your stories, and everything you're sharing is very impactful. And I want to hear, the book has been written for more than 2 years. What took you so long to publish it? Please share with us, Nichole. Share with us this journey of what really was stopping you from putting it out there in the world.
Trauma. To put it in one word, I had visceral trauma go throughout my entire body. Usually when you get your book in the mail, you feel it and you're so excited. You just want to share it with everyone. But when I got my book in the mail, what was that? Back in April, I had visceral body reaction that was not good. It was so scary. I was so full of fear. Yeah, I would say it was probably from religious trauma. I had a beautiful upbringing. I absolutely love my previous faith, and I'm grateful for it. And I don't ever want to say anything bad about it. And in the book, MB taught me things that go against the teachings that I was taught were the only right way. And that was terrifying to me, because I grew up with a grandfather who was very anti-Mormon. He was so mean and so belittling about it. And I hated the way he made me feel when I went to his house, when he would talk about my religion. It was hurtful and unkind. And that's the last thing I want anyone to ever feel. And while this book doesn't make anyone feel hurt or unkind that way, it does speak out about differently than the beliefs that I was taught were the only right way. And for me, that was terrifying to share. It was terrifying because I didn't want to be like my grandpa. And one of my biggest fears was that I would lead other people to hell by sharing these beliefs because I was deceived. Or what if I was? What if this wasn't true? What if I was just doing this to make myself feel better or something? All of these doubts were there for a long, long time. And I got to be honest, I still have doubts every once in a while, right? Like, I'm a human being and I'm not perfect. And I never want to come across as the guru with all the answers, because I think that we all have our own answers within. And when I finally realized that everyone's way is right, everyone's way is right, and I don't need to judge their path as wrong. And I hope that they can give me the grace to believe what I want to believe and what brings me the most peace and joy and love. And that's really what this came down to, was if this is making me feel so much peace and hope and joy and love, I cannot not share it. And that's what finally kind of helped me change, I guess, and give me enough peace to know that it was safe to share this message, and it would help the right people. It would trigger a lot of people, and that's okay.
And what other people think of you is none of your business.
Yeah, and that.
And you know, it's their journey, and we get to honor their journey just like we get to honor our own. And people's responses to what we say, that's their stuff. But it's easier said than done. It's simple. It's not easy, right? And so, is there anything that you feel called to explain about the book, explain about the process, explain about the reasons behind certain things that you really want to put out there during the launch today, to just let people know? Maybe you've had some questions, maybe there's been some comments, maybe there's something you want to share that is just coming to your heart. Is there anything that you feel like people should know about the book, about your purpose of writing it, about what it's not about, what it is about? Like, this is kind of like an open-ended question of what you feel called to share that maybe others wouldn't know if they didn't talk to you directly, right?
Yeah, that is a loaded question.
Yeah, I know.
Right now, what I'm feeling, an overwhelming feeling, is to say that you, every single one of you who is listening and who has stayed here with us, are loved beyond measure. I'm going to get emotional because I love each of you so much, and I'm so grateful for you. And we titled this book, Remember All That Is, because you are an integral and necessary part of the wholeness of all that is. And without you, this all that is wouldn't exist. Without you, you are an integral and necessary part of the puzzle. We all are, and we all belong, and we are all love and light. And the illusion of separation is what causes us to feel division and hatred and judgment and criticism and triggered. And when we really remember who we are and we remember our wholeness, that is when we feel peace. That is when we feel whole. That is when we feel love and connection and just good. And that's really what my intention is to help other people feel good, to love themselves, and to recognize that we are all one. And oneness means that we are all part of that puzzle, right? And yet we are all a singular part of that puzzle. We each have our own piece to play in the wholeness. And each piece matters so very much. Each piece is individual and yet part of the whole.
I want you to recognize your worth, to feel loved, to know that you matter. And that is the overarching message of this book. And hopefully it can help you remember who you are, to remember all it is. Do you have anything else?
Is there anything on your heart, Nate, that you want the world to know?
Well, I'm grateful for it, grateful to be here. I just feel deep compassion for all of you, even though I may not know all of you personally. There's a sense when the layers fall off and when you excavate to the core of who you are, where you really don't care anymore what other people think. And there's the sense of almost brazen confidence and this sense of just deep compassion, where you truly feel viscerally that you are one, and it's not just a concept anymore. And this is a lot of Nichole's experience, and I've experienced it by her side. And I don't have a book out yet, but it's just as much a part of me as it is her. And the world's changing. I think the illusion of this reality is there's a massive shift happening, and all of us are part of it. And it's the sooner we learn to let go and open to this love, and see each other through the eyes of a child. That's what Emily taught me. I think the closer we get to this idea of what a perfect world is. So I love you guys. We love you.
Okay, let's give away some prizes. I'm going to close my eyes and just scroll and stop. And whoever I stop on, right? When Nate says stop.
Okay.
Go.
Stop.
Where's my mouse? Laureen Chef. I don't know how to say your last name, Laureen. Chef, she's an amazing person. She was a beta reader. Laureen, you are going to win this beautiful angel. Please DM me your address and I will mail that to you. And then we're going to have Sugar tell me to stop, and we will give away the hip Betty. Two, I think both of those two actually won. So we'll go to the next one. Oh, she won too. Jeez. I gotta find a new name. Let's go to, I think, Catherine Severe. You're going to win the hip Betty. I think that'll help you in motherhood too, right? So go ahead, Catherine, if you're still on. DM me your address, and we will have Kristen mail you that. And
make sure to put hip Betty in the message when you send her your address. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. We have one more really big prize, actually two big prizes, and then a prize for every single person. Yay! So one more really big prize. Should we give it away now, since we're kind of...
Just as well.
We'll just give that away now too. This is my amazing friend, Brenda Jones. She is a neuro-linguistic programmer, master coach. She teaches this stuff. She's been teaching it for over 15 years. She is giving away almost a $4,500 master practitioner certification training. So if you get this,
cool. Go
ahead in the comments and tell me I want that, if you want that. Because I only want to give this to somebody that really wants this, okay?
Yeah.
Something to help you learn how to rewire the brain and really just get in there. NLP has helped me a ton. It's been really beneficial to really overcoming a lot of my limiting beliefs, to recognizing how my brain and body work. So write in the comments, I want that, if you want Master Prac. And then she also has another one. She's giving away 2 courses, guys. Her grand total of giveaways are over $5,500 worth. Okay. If you were buying them online, she's going to make, it's so generous, right? Wow. So just let us know in the comments. I want that. I want that. I want that. The other one is a course called Master the Moment, and it helps you release the past that holds you back, reclaim your energy from out in the future, and get back into now as you move from reaction to intention. When you learn how to master the moment. And that's a lot of the thing that Nate and I have learned, is really just learning how to be in the moment, loving this now, that now is all that we really have. Okay, we've got a lot of I want that. I need that.
Oh, so good.
Okay, I'm going to just scroll up, and then I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to say stop.
Stop.
This one goes to Janice Lazenby. Woo, Janice, you won the Master Prac $4,500 worth coaching prize. A certified NLP. I'm so happy for you, Janice.
Oh, this is so exciting, Janice.
So please make sure to give me your, I guess I'll need your email address for that because it's all online. It's already pre-recorded course. And then we're going to give away the Master the Moment course. And Sugar, go ahead and tell me when to stop again. Joanne Spilos is one of my favorites. She's a fun person that I love to pieces. Joanne, you have just won Master the Moment class from Brenda Jones. And I will have you just go ahead and send me your email and say Master the Moment. Okay. Congratulations, ladies. We have, did I give away all the prizes? Let me just really quick check. I might have more.
Sure.
Do you feel like Oprah right now, Nichole? Like,
yes, you won a prize, and you won a prize.
We got a parking lot of cars we're giving away.
I wish. Hello, my book coach, Melissa Drake, is absolutely incredible, and she has offered to give her course, Awaken Your Inner Author. So if any of you want to learn how to write a book or have a free consult with her, because you've got a book in your brain and you want to do that, you want to get it out to the world, but you're not sure how, Melissa has been my right-hand woman. She's seriously amazing, and I could not be where I am right now without her. Honestly, she's a godsend. And I'm so grateful for her. I have relied on her so much through this whole process. And guess what? She's given her course to all of y'all. Anyone who wants it. So if you want her course, DM me, say, I want Awaken Your Inner Author, or just say author. And we will make sure you send me your email address and we will make sure that you get it. Wow. How about that, huh? You guys like that?
Amazing. Hey, Nichole, can we do something for everybody? If you have a hard copy, or when you get a hard copy, post a picture of your face, a selfie with you in the book, and do like hashtag what? What's the hashtag we're using? What hashtag, Nichole?
That's a good question.
Or do you want them to
keep it at the title? Yeah.
Hashtag remember all that is. Make sure to post a selfie in the picture, do it in the stories, tag Nichole, share. The sharing does not stop after this live. This is just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
An amazing awakening and spreading the light and the love of the beautiful message in here for all of us. So I just want to remind you all, the fun doesn't stop after tonight. So
that's right, girl. I have one more personal prize to give away to everyone. I have a couple different options that you can choose from because I like to be extra. So if you like my art and you want to get a discount, I'm giving everyone $25 free on my store today, or for the next week or however long. You just use the code GIFT and you get $25 credit toward anything on my store. It's www.embersglowstudio.com, and you will be able to just get something. And it might not be free because I know a lot of you think my stuff's expensive, but it's expensive to make and to ship. So, but it is a good discounted price. And I wanted to offer you guys an entry into Nate and I are going to do a course together starting this new year. And we haven't figured out how to name it yet, but we want to teach people how to love themselves. So come up with awesome names for us for that. And you guys will all be able to get that. What did we come up with a price? We didn't say a price.
Couple bucks.
What do you think a good price for that would be? I don't know. We will come up with that. But if you're interested in joining our course that we will be starting as a new year, it's going to be an 8-week long thing where we really dive into doing self-love and self-awareness and healing all those things. We would love to have you join us for that. And then lastly, do you have anything before I announce another one?
No.
All that is love. The name of the course, All That Is Love. Somebody just put.
Ooh,
that's
like
great.
that.
That's a great idea.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
What was I going to say? I just lost my train of thought. What was my big prize?
The glucose is getting a little low here.
I think I'm getting tired, guys. It's past my bedtime.
Here. So we have art or course, and Nichole will reach out to you. Does that ring a bell? Or the free membership? Is that?
Right now,
Discover
that's what it was. I was going to give everyone who stayed, thank you so much. I'm going to give you free access to my course, Discover Peace and Joy Through Mindfulness, which literally has all the tools that I have used to help me in my healing journey. And it was really something that I recorded, had all the way made, and finished recording it and had it all ready to sell the day before Emberly died. Wow. And I don't think that timing was lost on me, because literally it's all the tools that I have. And then I will be adding to that later on, but right now that I will give to every single one of you here for free. Just DM me and say, I want your course. And I will send it to you and add you to my membership, because I love you from the bottom of my heart. And I want you to have the tools that I know will help you.
To put your website. They're asking about the website for your Emerald's Glow Studio.
Oh, can I post a comment here?
Yeah, go for it.
Nichole and Nate, your hearts are truly remarkable and beautiful. When I say power couple, I don't think it does the two of you justice. The light, the love, the ability to see past the physical matter and truly see into people's hearts and connect to people's hearts is truly remarkable. It's been such a gift and honor to get to know you, Nate, better. And Nichole, it's been amazing getting to connect with you in this way. We just always have such beautiful conversations. And I feel like this one was very, very beautiful and impactful to so many people. And so thank you both for showing up today and being so transparent, so vulnerable, so open, and truly sharing Emberly's message with the world and having a ripple effect. I mean, this is just the beginning to something absolutely beautiful and huge. I have two things to end this, because I know we're going to wrap this up. One, what would Emberly want us all to know right now? And then also, what is the core lesson or takeaway you want to leave us with? And then we will wrap it all up for this evening. So I know those are two very big questions, so maybe one of you could answer one and the other. So what would Emberly want us all to know right now? And what is the core lesson or takeaway you want us to leave with?
I would say Emberly wants you all to know that you're enough. You are more than enough right here, right now, in this very moment. You don't need to change anything, be anything different than who you are right now. It's more than enough. You are love.
Have fun. It's all about fun.
That's
it's supposed to be fun. There's nothing serious going on here. We're just here to have some fun.
This is what she gave me a few months ago, but it's on my, I don't know. See that. That's really bad. But my phone says, focus on fun. You don't have to get anything done. We're here to have fun. Focus on your fun. And when you do, you will feel happier, because what you focus on expands. And if you're focusing on what brings you the most love and light and joy, your joy will be better. It'll grow.
Man.
And she's right. She's here celebrating with us, and she thanks you guys so much for helping her celebrate her birthday. And
thank you guys so much. It means a lot.
Being here. We love you.
And thank you to everybody who has gifted such generous gifts, such beautiful love, and wow. And Nichole and Nate, your course, this sounds so amazing. So if anybody's excited to sign up for the wait list for that, message Nichole so you can get on the wait list and get updates and all of that. So just let her know you want the course taught by the two of these humans. As you can just see, they are such remarkable, loving beings. And, they both offer such different dynamic, and they come together, like Nate said at the beginning, the yin and yang.
We're better together.
There you go. So if you want to be taught by the yin and the yang, message Nichole to get added to the wait list to get an email on that as well. And thank you so much for allowing us to see into your life and to really hear your story on a deeper level today. It's been an absolute honor and privilege, and we are all so blessed to know the two of you.
Thank you. We love you guys so much.
Thank you, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.